Welcome to our podcast, The Conversation, a production of Media Temple Global. Today we're taking a look at an organization which has taken a step to empower its own citizens, not just the citizens of the ethnic group, but any other person that is within Plateau State and is available to take on to training. We're talking about Wurom Legacy Project. If you hear Wurom, you know that that's Wurom. And that was started some few years back to also change the dynamics in the social and economic landscape of the Wurom people. My name is Yakubu Tadi, and I have the pleasure to welcome the chairman of Wurom Legacy Project in the person of Chief Austin Daniel Degaladiman Johnson. You're welcome, sir.
My pleasure to be here, and thank you, viewers.
Well, give us a brief insight about the Wurom Legacy Project first.
Okay, the Wurom, we call it Wurom Legacy Trust Foundation.
Yes.
This foundation was founded about 3.5 years ago by His Majesty the Bombom Just Dambuba CON. He established it, and he constituted into a committee led by Dr. John Abadu, who was the chairman board of trustees, while I served as the chairman I served as the secretary of the board of trustees. And he also doubles as Dr. Badu also doubles as the chairman, planning and technical committee. So we started work we did a launch of the logo to expose it to the society in 2024 Wurom Festival. And we did a small launching of the unveiling of the logo to inform our communities that this is what we are about to start to establish Wurom Legacy Trust Foundation. And then from there, we were able to connect to all the Wurom districts. We visited all the district heads and their communities to inform them about what we're about to start with. That we are trying to establish a technical hub that we will use to train young men and women, not just like you mentioned, not just Wurom, but of course on the plateau. Because looking at our size on the plateau, when you look at the indigenous people, we are the minority, we are the majority in number. So we cannot just do it alone. We will also carry others along so that we can move together. And therefore, we have established this technological hub. So when we went to all the villages, the districts, we established a register that we entered the names of all the sons and daughters of the community. And then we started making contribution so that we can gather some small money to be able to later do a formal launching that will be able to gather some resources to establish and run this event. As we moved on, we were also able to do some launching. We gathered some money. We invited our friends of the Bureau in subsequent years, and we were able to form the technological hub. This technological hub.
Before we move on to that, what is the idea of the foundation entirely? Why did you have to set up a foundation?
The reason behind the foundation was when we look at all the things that have been happening on the plateau, particularly within that concern the Wurom nation. We've lost a lot of family members who have died. We have a lot of children that are orphans, nobody to pay for their school fees. So we begin to look at what can we do to help this one that have lost their dear one through this genocide that have started since 2001 on the plateau. We have lost a significant number of persons. Therefore, we need to train our people. We need to train these ones that are orphans, this one that have lost father and mother. Where can they go to school? So we feel it's not everybody that will go to formal institutions. So we say, okay, we will establish this technological hub. We'll use it to train people in ICT. We'll use it to train people in skills acquisitions like carpentry, welders, plumbers, teams of what do you call it, catering services, anything, any skills that will use your hand, we want to do that.
Well, you said you went to all the districts, the Bureau of Districts, and I guess and assume that there would have been a need assessment. Did you think that is the most important areas that would serve the people?
We feel that, in our generation, if a young man has no education and has no skills, then he's in big trouble. And part of the visit we went around and we met every district head with their communities. We engaged them and we told them our mission. And they were so happy to receive us and that is the right thing that we have done. Instead of allowing our young people going into tin mining, after some years, they are not able to sustain that tin mining. They become useless in society because they have no skills. Digging a hole political hub for Nigeria because of we have a conducive environment, we have a steady electricity company in Nigeria, which is NESCO. So we have fantastic topography that can accommodate this. And once you're able to, Nigerian, everybody want to send these people because the plateau is calm, is cool. Yes, I understand the insecurity challenges. We cannot surrender to any insecurity. We must make sure that even with the insecurity, we must train our young men. They can one day provide solutions to these problems. We want to coexist, we want to live with others, but if you are ready to live with us, we want to live in peace. If you live in peace, then you can benefit from the land. There are a lot of things we can do on the plateau. But this ICT, we're able to do sustainable training in AI in 2 years. You begin to hear people, our guys, our young people are linking up with people overseas, doing job. You can be working in just earning $5,000 a month, sitting in just working. You can imagine you have 10 kids like that. Do you see how far they can go?
Well, from 2023 till now, I think it's a lot of preparations. What preparations have been going on, and where is the Legacy Trust Foundation at the moment?
To the glory of God, we have been able to acquire a property at Sabgiran Canal in Wurom. The property is sitting on 87 plots of land, and we have about big classrooms. It was a poultry farm initially, so we're converting the entire poultry farm into, there are 8 blocks of poultry houses. Those 8 blocks of poultry houses, we can even share them, we can convert them to 16 classrooms. So you can see we have enough of space. Then we have a hall which was used for a milling plant. So that hall has a feed mill. So that hall has 4 other smaller halls that can be used as, we'll use them as laboratories for our innovations. There are 4, and then there's a big hall in the middle. And that big hall can also be used when we have to do any small conference or have meetings or do a large training. So the smaller classes, the smaller mini halls that are attached to that main hall will be our innovation centers. Innovation for ICT, innovation for AI, innovation for business, for that. And we're even going ahead. The place is fenced but with wire meshed. There's one block of flat, and then there's a gatehouse. We have a transformer in, we have a functional borehole. So what do we need? All we need is to appeal to government to come to our aid, to get us the route from Bukuru, that Bukuru junction, into Sabgiran Canal. Once the road is tarred into that location, I can assure you the development that will come there will be enormous. And we will have a center that we can train whatever number, even you want to train 200 people going simultaneously. We have enough facility to accommodate that.
Listening to you, one would think, are you not, is the Trust Foundation not over ambitious? Because you have to think about equipment, you have to think about the resource persons, you have to think about technical hands who would come in to offer these trainings.
That's why we have taken this initiative to do a partnership with NIPS. We met with NIPS, we proposed to them that we want to do a partnership with them. And they asked us, what's our agenda? Who are we? We explained to them who we are and what we want to do. And they said, this is fantastic. And they said, why NIPS? And I said, yes. Why NIPS? NIPS because NIPS is a policy center and also a research institution. And I believe NIPS have done a lot of researches that we can put their research into work. Because these young men will be crazy with ideas. That's where we're going to pass their ideas through a funnel to make sure that their idea come out well. Once it come out well, we take it there to the market. So the idea of working with NIPS will give us credibility. NIPS will give us that strength that we need. They will give us quality, qualified people who have sufficient knowledge in the industry that can come and teach us. And then the NIPS is almost 50 years on the plateau. They've never done anything with anybody on the plateau in terms of, apart from taking participants. But NIPS can go, NIPS is inelastic. They can accommodate us, and they have accommodated us. And we have signed an MOU with NIPS. And then last week, Friday, we did the commissioning of one of the centers. Because the Sabongina Canal is not yet ready, we have decided to use the MDG buildings. Unfortunately, we have three. We have one in Wurom, we have one in Barkinadi, and we have one in Jos South. So we're starting the one in Jos South, and from Jos South we will move to Barkinadi. From Barkinadi we'll move to Wurom. And the issue you raise, whether how we're going to fund the sons and daughters of Wurom Abstract, if we want to be serious, we can fund it. We all have the capacity. We have our politicians, the local government chairmen, we're yet to fill them. I pray they will come and see what we're doing so that they can also support us. We want them to renovate this MDG's building and furnish it for us. We will do the teaching, we'll get the resource persons, we'll get from NIPS. There's this, our sister, Ambassador Tabitha Hiss. She is a qualified, satisfied tech leader for Microsoft for the whole of Northern Nigeria. She and her team, they are at the moment our consultants. They're the one providing all the teaching, the management of the resource centers for now. So as we go on, we also have sons and daughters all over the world. I met one in the US. He's a professor in California in ICT. We will equip the center with technologies so that our brothers and sisters that are outside Nigeria can be teaching wherever they are in the world. Once you have technology, there's no limitation. So the issue of who to teach is not even an issue at all. These are guys that are in UK, they are in America, they are in Canada. They are willing, they will give their time. All we just need to do is to get us hooked with the network, either MTN or Starlink, to connect. Once we have network, people can sit in. Our brother from Russia said, look, this is something you want to do. You don't need to be in Jos, you don't need to be there physical to teach. Our teaching, that Google has, during the commission, a representative of Google was there, and I've said Google is ready to give us any technical support, teaching equipment, they are ready. Microsoft, the same thing. And we're going to sign an agreement with Microsoft and Google by the grace of God and other institutions. So we are willing, and we thank God to the DG of NIPS, Professor Ayo Omotayo. He has been a very wonderful man. He is willing to help us. He's an IT person. He have seen how serious we are. Within 2 weeks, we signed the MOU. Immediately, we are now commissioner. Tomorrow, we're starting a training program for beginners.
Okay, let me take you back about funding. I'm a bit concerned when you mention politicians. Things with politicians may not be sustainable in certain instances. How are the people taking ownership in terms of seeing it as a duty to make sure I make my contribution to the Wurom Trust Foundation for the sustainability of this project?
To be honest and to be fair to the politicians, we're yet to engage them one-on-one. We intend during the Christmas holidays when everybody is home, we'll have some meeting and engage them one-on-one, take them to show them what we're doing, expose what we're doing, and let them see we don't need much from them. We want them to help us to sustain this. And going forward, if you are a bureau stock, you are seeking for election, we'll ask you, we'll engage you. What are you going to do to the people? I will hold you responsible. If you don't do it, you can't come tomorrow and say you want to go for a second term, because your constituent is the people. So the people will engage the politicians going forward. It's no longer going to be, okay, I'm elected a certain position or a councillor or a chairman, and then I feel like everything is just for me. No, you're there to work for the people. And the people will tell you, this is the area we want to concentrate and focus on. Today, everybody all over the world, everybody's talking about AI. And we just say AI. What is AI? Our young people must be part, and we're not just talking young. I have people who are just retired from jobs are saying they want to come and learn, they want to be part of this. So technology, to me, is not a waste. It's rather a weapon, it's rather a skill that you need to survive going forward.
An enabler.
Exactly.
Well, and we're having a conversation about the Wurom Legacy Trust Foundation. Last week, very recently, a tech hub was launched. And you heard from the chairman, there's also an MOU with the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies here in Kuru, Plateau State. And now we'll be talking about the launching and what next to be done. We'll be back after this time out. Welcome back. This is The Conversation, a production of Media Temple Global. Our focus today is on the Wurom Legacy Foundation, the foundation that is also trying to change the social economic environment of the Wurom people, and by extension for all those who are in Plateau State, so that they can benefit. We have had a lot of stories about Friday last week, precisely November, there was a launching of the tech hub at Kwata Zawan. Looking at how did you feel with what happened at that very day? I saw a lot of people were there, and the NIPS DG personally being there, and representative of the tech groups and consulting partners. What is the encouragement you got from that in their presence?
You see, Yakubu, you were there. I'm happy you saw for yourself. We had a full jam-packed hall with sons and daughters of Plateau State. The DG NIPS was there, who was the chief guest of honor. He came to commission and launch this training hub. And we also invited the Commissioner for Science and Technology, who was here, Dr. Bako. He was there in person. The DG of Plateau State, ICT, Dominic was there. And then we had the NHOP head, he was also there, or Ambassador Tabitha His. She was also there with her team, representing Microsoft. So we have 11 district heads of denomination who were there in person. And we had other leaders of Bureau Nation, like the chairman of the Elders Council, the Jambolo, Dacholom Jambo, he was there in person. Our Honorable former Minister, Dr. Mrs. Sarah Ochepe, she was also there, and she also stood in for Dr. Madu, who had traveled for some national assignment. And a host of other people. The BECO president was there, the BYM was represented by the vice president and the Bureau women leader. So we could see that the who nation were all there. And of course, we have the youths, we have the boys and girls, we have the women organization that even came to support. So the whole idea was we have launched the place, and on tomorrow we're starting basic training in ICT. And the basic training in the ICT, we're inviting people who are either diploma holders, HND, BSc, or any other field of equivalent. The idea is to start with this heavy, because every month we'll do the basic training. But from January next year, first quarter, we're going to start an AI training for those that have at least, particularly those graduated in ICT or in any other field who want to learn about AI. We will start that from January. But every month we'll be doing the basic training. So that as you from the basic, then you can go to the next one. So we teach the basic class we'll teach words, we'll teach them a spreadsheet, we'll teach them PowerPoint. Those are for the basic class. But by the time we enter the main class, the advanced, then we begin to do AI training. We can do cyber training. We can do machine learning. We can do a lot, even a higher version of spreadsheet. All those things we will do. Excel.
Okay. All right. Starting something is always good, but sustaining it. What measures have been put in place? Because sometimes it's good, it's beautiful, people are excited, people are happy that this has taken off. The sustainability of this particular training. And is it free? Or
for a start, we're doing it free.
Okay.
And we will issue certificates at the end of every program. The certificate will be jointly issued by Wurom Legacy Trust Foundation in conjunction with NIPS. So NIPS will print the certificate, NIPS will issue the certificates. The GG NIPS will be the one signing the certificate. So this to tell you that it's going to be a credible institution, it's going to be a high-ranking institution, because we have also laid down our what would I call it, orders. If you are in that premises, what the things you need to do, the things you cannot do. If you come, for instance, for training and come 3 times you are late, we will kick you out. It's going to be a disciplined environment, and we want to maintain that right from the beginning. If you miss classes for 3 days, you are out. No dressing code, but people must dress smart to come for the program, and there must be respect for whoever is the instructor.
Okay, for the start, for those people starting tomorrow, 19 or 20th?
Tomorrow, 19.
19. How many people are starting? And how many systems are available?
We have up to 30 systems. That's why we want to start with 30. And as we go, as we get more systems, we will increase, because we have two classrooms that can take up to 40, 45 people seated in a classroom setting. So our intentions, as we get more equipment, by January, I'm sure we'll be able to do the 2 classes.
For those who want to assist, are there specifics about the nature of the systems you would want, the computer systems you would want, or people can just buy and say, okay, take that use for this purpose?
We have asked that we need computers.
Yes.
We need television sets, the ones that they use for this training. So whoever that wants to make any donations to us is welcome, whether it is a desktop or a laptop. If you ask for preference, we will say laptops. But if you give us desktop, we'll have a use for it. So this is what we're looking for. And we are trying to reach out to all the platforms to talk to sons and daughters. The sons and daughters must sustain this, whether political class, those in private sector, those in government, those in whatever you're doing in academia, we need this support. And we're also talking to our academicians among the Wuroms, particularly those that are into engineering, in mechanical, electrical, civil, just name it, that they have ideas on ICT. We will need them. By the time we move to the permanent side, and I believe in the next 2 to 3 years, we should be in the permanent side. That is where we're going to have more crowd in terms of the skills acquisition center, where we'll be teaching other skills. So for that, we thank God that the Bureau people generally they have skills in engineering powers. So we will take some of our either retired civil servant, retired public service, retired academician, those that are willing to support us. We will invite them, and we will be part of those that will give the knowledge.
Well, you look at where Wurom is, some of the companies are here. You just talk about reaching out to NIPS. Are you thinking, is there a plan also to reach out to other institutions?
Definitely. Sometimes it's difficult. I don't want to mention name, but we know we have a national training institute on the headquarters of the plateau. We're reaching out to them. And because for the skills acquisition, we want to also partner with them on that axis. For the hub, even like I mentioned earlier, that we want to seek partnership with Microsoft and Google. Once we get those in, for the hub, I think we are good. But for the other aspect, which is the skills acquisition, which will take a lot of people, who also want to seek a relationship or partnership with the other government institution. What we need from them is we need both teachers, and we need what they call startup packs. When they leave, we appeal to them to support us in startup packs, so that after the skills they've acquired, they want to go and practice. How do they go to practice? So the startup packs will support us. And of course, we will also make some efforts to make the startup pack alongside to complement whatever we get from them.
Okay, it's not just skills without support.
No, certainly.
Okay. Well, the skill gap in Nigeria is huge, because we understand that people talk about artisans coming from neighboring countries. How well will this bridge that gap?
This is what the technical college is here in Wurom. You can imagine this institution is over 80 years. They have been training people. Our sons and daughters are also there. When they graduate from there, they can come and also enhance their skills in our own institution that we're establishing. And from there, they will be able to be on their own. Those who want to go to further studies, they can also go for further studies. But one of the billionaires in ICT recently mentioned, I can't remember his name, he did mention that the future billionaires are those with skills, those plumbers, those electricians, those artisans. They are the future billionaires. And there are many countries of the world, people are their expert. Even they are writing to Nigerians asking for plumbers, for mechanics, for this, for that, all these skills acquisition. If you use your hands well, you will eat faster. And that's the kind of skills we want to empower the young people for tomorrow. So let's use our hand, use our head. I can assure you we will go places. The other thing I did not mention to you, that we're also looking at the solution that this ICT Wurom legacy, the Wurom tech hub will produce going forward. This is what we want. And we have an institution that we can engage our boys. We have the meteorological center here in Jos. We're going to engage with them. What can we do? So what machinery do we need? We'll engage the state government. If the machinery is something we cannot afford, the government should bring it. Bring it for us.
You may have to talk to more of the private sector, because government will tell you that yes, the road, is there a hope that road will soon be done? Because it looks like it's hinged to the success and takeoff of the tech hub.
The road issue, we are engaging with the government. I think it is conversation has opened, but because of the pressures, the governors, the focus is on the next election. Whoever God bring on board to become the governor of Plateau State, we pray that he will listen to us. We want to approach him, whoever he is. And I can assure you we will get something to fix that road. Yes. They will do it for us.
It's a beautiful project and a beautiful idea. And looking at it, in doing things now, partnerships are the ones that help drive development and success. And this being a private initiative, outside the spheres of Nigeria, you talk about those you're talking here, are there likely institutions that you will leverage on to also work together?
I mentioned that we're trying to connect with Google and Microsoft. Don't forget, these are international organizations. And if they see our thought process is acceptable to them and is meaningful to them, they will provide all that enabling support or connect us to the right organization that we can source for funding. Yes,
there are some young people who are also already into tech, like design technology. And how would you utilize such people in this institution?
You see, persons like Zhang that we talk about, those will become like our ambassadors. Those will become our, what will I call it? You'll be like an inspirator to the younger ones. Anytime we're having a program, we'll call him in. He can come and talk to them so that they can focus. Because he is a living example. He started from nowhere alone. They are lucky the community is one supporting them, giving them free training. And can tell them that, look, they don't have any limitation. The limitation is themselves. They can do it. So for me, people like Zhang, the stuff like our ambassadors, they are people that we can present to encourage those that are there. And he can also come and teach us. We can use him as a resource person to complement whatever we're doing.
Well, that's quite interesting and a very fine place to leave it. And my guest has been Chief Austin Dalio, the Galadiman Jos. He's also the chairman, Wurom Legacy Trust Foundation. He has given us an insight into what the Wurom Technology Hub would do for humanity. It's an interesting thing, and for everybody, you can join hands with the foundation to also ensure that, yes, humanity and Plateau State gets a leverage to the greater world through this. Poverty is too much here. So once we do something, you may be able to reduce a lot of it. I remain yours sincerely, Akubutadi. Next time we'll have another interesting guest with you. Goodbye and God bless.